In the grand tapestry of history, few figures shine as brightly and burn out as dramatically as Alexander the Great. A king by blood, a conqueror by destiny, and a legend for eternity. But who was this enigmatic figure? And how did he rise to unparalleled power, only to meet an untimely and tragic end? This is the story of Alexander the Great, the man, the myth, the conqueror, and his meteoric rise and inevitable fall. Stick with us as we delve into the life of one of history's most fascinating icons. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Alexander III of Macedon was born in 356 BCE, in Pella, the heart of ancient Macedonia. His father, King Philip II, was a military genius who transformed Macedonia into a formidable force. But Alexander was not just born into power, he was destined for greatness. From a young age, Alexander was different. At the age of 12, he tamed the untamable horse Bucephalus, a feat that would foreshadow his audacious spirit. His father, amazed, reportedly said, "My boy, you must find a kingdom big enough for your ambitions. Macedonia is too small for you." Philip hired the renowned philosopher Aristotle to tutor Alexander. Under Aristotle's guidance, the young prince studied philosophy, science, and literature, absorbing the knowledge that would later shape his strategies and worldview. But make no mistake, Alexander wasn't just a scholar, he was a warrior in the making. When King Philip II was assassinated in 336 BCE, Alexander, just 20 years old, ascended to the throne. His reign began with swift and ruthless action. He secured his position by quelling rebellions and eliminating rivals, ensuring no one could challenge his claim. But Alexander's ambitions went beyond Macedonia. He sought to fulfill his father's dream, the conquest of Persia. In 334 BCE, he crossed the Hellespont into Asia Minor with an army of 35,000 men. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. At the Battle of Granicus, Alexander's army crushed the Persian forces, opening the gateway to Asia. This victory marked the beginning of a campaign that would redefine the ancient world. In 333 BCE, Alexander faced King Darius III at the Battle of Issus. Outnumbered but undeterred, Alexander's tactical brilliance shone. His army decimated the Persians, forcing Darius to flee. From there, Alexander marched into Egypt, where he was hailed as a liberator. He founded Alexandria, a city that would become a beacon of culture and learning. But Egypt was just a stepping stone. In 331 BCE, at the Battle of Gaugamela, Alexander faced Darius once more. Despite the Persian army's numerical advantage, Alexander's strategies prevailed. The Persian Empire, once the most powerful in the world, was now his. At just 25, Alexander was the king of an empire stretching from Greece to India. But his conquests were far from over. Driven by an insatiable thirst for expansion, Alexander turned his gaze eastward. He led his army through harsh terrains, battling fierce opponents in modern-day Afghanistan and Pakistan. One of his most legendary battles occurred at the Hydaspes River in 326 BCE. Here, he faced King Porus, whose war elephants towered over Alexander's soldiers. Despite the odds, Alexander emerged victorious. But this victory came at a cost. His army, exhausted and yearning for home, began to waver. Reluctantly, Alexander turned back. Yet even in retreat, he founded cities and left behind a legacy of Hellenistic culture that would endure for centuries. In 323 BC, after years of relentless campaigning, Alexander returned to Babylon, the heart of his empire. But his health was failing. After a fever that lasted several days, Alexander the Great died at the age of 32. His sudden death left his empire in chaos. With no clear successor, his generals, known as the Diadochi, fought for control, fragmenting his vast empire into smaller kingdoms. The dream of a unified empire died with Alexander. Alexander's life was short, but his impact was monumental. He spread Greek culture across 3 continents, laying the foundations for the Hellenistic age. His cities became hubs of learning and innovation. His tactics are studied by military leaders to this day, but Alexander was also a paradox, a visionary and a tyrant, a liberator and a conqueror. His ambition knew no bounds, and his story serves as both a lesson and a legacy. What can we learn from Alexander's rise and fall? Perhaps it's this: greatness comes not just from conquering lands, but from shaping history and inspiring generations. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Alexander the Great. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think was Alexander's greatest achievement? We'd love to hear from you, and remember, history isn't just about the past. It's about understanding the present and shaping the future. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.